What is up, guys? It's your buddy Aaron. Welcome back to another video today. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can restore your headlights to go from looking super ugly and dull like this to looking super clear and brand new like this. Today's vehicle we are going to be working on is going to be my G35. Now, this headlight restoration process will work with any headlight you have out there. So it doesn't matter what car you have, tune in and you guys are going to find out how to get that brand new headlight out of your car again. But if you guys clicked on this video and you're working on your G35, then you may appreciate the DoubleASupply G35 merch that we do have on our website. Head over to DoubleASupply.com. You guys can support the build and support our YouTube channel here by purchasing some of the merch. So I appreciate you guys, and let's just go ahead and jump right into this video. So check it out, guys. You can tell that these headlights have been through it. It's been a long time since there's been a nice little clear coat on these headlights. So today, we're gonna go ahead and give them some life. You guys can see how distorted and how cloudy the headlight is right now. It's hard to even see inside the headlight. Just imagine how hard it is for that light to come out of the headlight. So for the method that I'm gonna be using today, you can use it while your headlights are installed on the vehicle, but I'm gonna be taking them out of the vehicle just because it's so easy right now while I already have the bumper off. If you're trying to remove it in your G35, all you gotta do is just kind of lower the bumper up front. You're gonna have two bolts that go into the fender from the bumper. If you lower that and separate it from the little tabs that are connected to your grill, then you'll be able to get access to these two bolts that are in here to remove the headlight. There's also another one that's gonna be up top and then one right here. But if you guys are planning on doing this method while leaving the headlight in the car, you can do it. You're just gonna wanna make sure you mask off all of the paint around the headlight. So go ahead and get some blue painter's tape from Home Depot. You're gonna wanna go ahead and line up the whole headlight so that you are not gonna be sanding any of the paint that is on the vehicle. So yes, we are gonna be using a wet sanding method. We're gonna just be using a regular spray bottle of water, 3 different grits of sandpaper, and then we're gonna be using some clear coat. So you guys can use some rattle cans of some clear coat from Home Depot, or in my case, I went ahead and picked up just some automotive paint, and I'm gonna be putting it in my my air compressor and the paint gun. Just gonna be making it a nice little bit of a smoother finish, but you can still get a really nice finish with a regular rattle can. As you guys can see with the headlight on, there's just so much cloudiness and so much light being blocked from coming out and shining on the road. So today we're gonna be clearing it up and making it look brand new again. Check it out, guys. So these are all of the supplies laid out that we are pretty much going to need in order to take care of this job. I do have a little bit of extras, but let me explain everything. So you're gonna want a little water squirt bottle so you can, spray the headlight, get it nice and wet while we are sanding it down. Want to always keep it watered down while we are sanding it. So we're gonna start our sanding off with 400. We're gonna move over to 800, and then we're gonna finally move on to 2000. Starting with a larger grit so that we can get most of the cloudiness out of the headlights, and then go ahead and smoothen everything out as we move up in the grit. Taking a look at the paint that I'm gonna be using, since I'm gonna be using this paint gun right here, I'm gonna be using this Newman Select Clear. This is a good brand for clear coat, and we got some activator right here, so it's pretty much a 1:4 ratio. I'm gonna mix that up, put it in our gun, and then we're gonna be using the compressor to shoot with the gun pretty much. But if you guys are doing this DIY at your home, you guys can pick up any Rust-Oleum, any crystal clear enamel will work perfectly. I also got some nice little, Amazon HID headlights I'm gonna be replacing with some brand new HID lights in these lights because one of them is out, so may as well knock it out while I have the headlights out. Alright guys, we're pretty much ready to go ahead and dive right into it. I'm gonna go ahead and uninstall the headlight, and then we're gonna start sanding. So we're gonna go ahead and start with our 400 grit sandpaper. We're gonna go ahead and take one out, and we're gonna go ahead and start spraying down the headlight and start sanding. So we're gonna be using the swirly technique pretty much. Just go ahead and sand in circles. Try not to stay in one spot. We're gonna keep moving across the entire headlight, but we wanna give a nice even sand across the entire thing. You wanna continuously spray it off while you are sanding. Now you guys don't have to press too hard. You're going to want to let the sandpaper do most of the work. Just go ahead and just lay your hand on it and just give it a nice circle. And don't try too hard, but be really patient because this does take a while. Alright guys, so I just went ahead and finished up with the circle technique of sanding the headlight, and now I'm going to go ahead and do a horizontal technique. Why this is important is because instead of having our circular scratches, we're going to have more horizontal scratches in the headlight, and this is going to allow our final clear coat to actually stick to it and not run down the headlight. So we'll be doing this with every grit of sandpaper that we have, the 400, the 800, and the 2000. We're going to do circles, and then we're going to do horizontal. so once you are switching your grits to the next grit, so we're gonna be moving over to the 800 grit now, you're gonna wanna make sure you get all of the particles off from the last grit. So we're just gonna be using this paper towel to go ahead and clean all that off. So once the headlight starts to dry up, you're definitely gonna see it become super foggy and almost like extra worse than it was before, but this is normal. This is what our clear coat is gonna fill in and make it become super clear. Now we got our 800 grit. I'm gonna go ahead and move over to this finer grit and do the same method. We're gonna start with the circles and then we're gonna move over to the horizontal. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and finish off our headlight with the horizontal sanding on the 2000 grit sandpaper. Then we're gonna go ahead and clean everything off with some alcohol, and then we might be ready to get to painting. Check it out guys, so while it's still wet, I just went ahead and wiped it down. You can see already that the headlight is starting to look a lot clearer. We got rid of all that fog and pretty much that outer layer that kind of, you know, crusted on there. We still have to put our paint on, which is going to pretty much solidify the entire thing. It's going to make it look real crystal clear. So let's go ahead and do that. But before we can do that, we need to go ahead and wipe down the surface of the headlight with some alcohol to make sure that everything is completely off of it and it's ready for paint. Alright guys, so we got our passenger headlight all set and ready to go. We're going to go ahead and take care of our driver one now, but YouTube magic, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the paint. Check it out guys, so I am going to be regulating the pressure on my gun. I'm going to make sure I'm keeping it between at 26 and 29 psi, and I'm also using this filter to make sure there's no condensation that's going to go through, no water or anything like that. I'm going to give it a few test sprays and then we're going to go ahead and start spraying our headlights. Now this first coat, you guys will want to be very careful. Don't spray a whole bunch, you don't want it to run. Just give it a nice little spot check. It's going to look orange peely, but that's all you're going to need for your first coat. So let's get it started. So if you guys are going to be spraying your headlight while it's still on the car, make sure you mask off all of the excess everything else of the car before you go ahead and start spraying. You want to make sure you get no overspray on the rest of your car, so use trash bags and some regular painter's tape to get the rest of that covered up. Let's go ahead and get started. So that first coat has got to be super mild. Make sure you guys don't overdo it and just give it a nice light coat. Wait about 5 minutes before your next coat.
5 minutes later.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and lay down coat number 2, and we can be a little bit more generous with the paint this time. Guys, check them out. I am super stoked with the way that they came out. They are still curing right now. I literally just finished spraying the last coat. I did about 4 coats of the clear coat on it, and it's looking amazing. Look, we can see ourselves in there. What's good? Yo, you guys are gonna see a little bit of orange peel, like in the light right there. It's not gonna be the absolute best paint job ever, but once they cure after about 24 hours, you can then go ahead and buff it or polish it or go ahead and throw some wax on it. Whatever you want to do to go ahead and protect them even further. If you guys do the job right and use quality paint, you guys should see at least a couple years out of these clear headlights. Over here on the truck, you guys can see that I do have like a little bit of hazing, like a weird line right here. I'm not too sure if that's, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's on the outside of the headlight. So what we're gonna do is pretty much do the exact same thing that we did on the G35's headlights, and we're gonna do it over here on the truck. Just go ahead and sand them down, apply that clear coat, and it should fix it right up and make it look a lot more badass. So this heat lamp right here is definitely optional, but it will help when trying to get that real nice cure on the new paint. It looks so clear, but there's just like on the inside, looks like it needs to be cleaned as well. But they look so much better than they did before. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the headlights on there after they cure a little bit. I just wanna thank you guys so much for watching this video. If it helped you guys, make sure you smash that like button. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you guys wanna support this G35 build that we have right here, head over to DoubleASupply.com. Some nice G35 merch for you guys. Thank you again as always for watching. Stay home. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.